We're heading into Memorial Day weekend and into the summer, when 72% of Americans plan to travel, according to a new Bank of America survey. Joining me now in studio with some new financial insights into these summer trips, we've got Mary Hines Droesch, who is the head of consumer products at Bank of America. Great to have you here in studio with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's dive into this. Huge expectations. Everybody's just trying to make sure that they get some R&R, get some vacation over the course of this summer. But how can they do so and with the understanding of where they need to financially plan adequately? What are some of the expectations here?
Yeah, as you shared, 72% of Americans are going to have a summer vacation this year, according to the Bank of America summer survey. And in order to do that effectively, they need to have a budget, because vacations are expensive, people want to get out, and we have lots of suggestions on how to do that. 84% of people say they're going to have a budget, but what's hard is actually sticking to it. And one of the ways that you're able to do it is really laying out all the different aspects of a vacation. It's not just about transportation and accommodations. Think of excursions, souvenirs, eating out, and then how can you mitigate some of the costs for things that are less important to you? For example, dining can be really expensive. So why don't you save those expensive meals for night and be a little low cost on breakfast?
You know, you talk about within the survey, planning the trip as early as possible. What's the best rule of thumb for people to adequately financially plan and plan as early as possible in terms of what that time span ahead of the vacation should look like?
Well, what our survey showed that in April, 36% had already planned their vacation.
Okay.
And what's really important in planning tends to be transportation and accommodation. Those are the things, if you wait to the last minute, get really, really expensive. But you can be a little bit more flexible on some of the other things. Wait till you get to the location to decide what excursions that you want to have. But planning is just important too, because some things also sell out.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to this dream place and not get to do the one thing you wanted to do. And so the earlier you plan, the better.
And so where are we seeing the appetite for international versus domestic right now?
We have about 2/3 of travel plans are in the United States, and then about 38% outside of the United States.
Okay.
And some people are doing both. As you can see, those add up to above 100%. When we look at international, what's really popular right now is Japan. And that's really, when you look at the yen relative to the strength of the dollar, it's making it really attractive on somebody's budget. Also continue to see tremendous interest in cruises. Overall, according to the Bank of America Institute, travel spend this year over last year is down 1.5%. However, cruises are up 12%. These are especially popular with boomers, and it enables you to see a lot of international countries and islands at a really affordable rate.
You know, we talk often about the great wealth transfer and where future generations are going to perhaps even change the fabric of the type of vacations that we're taking. What are some of the anticipations there to years out from now, how the types of vacation or experience economy at whole could shift as a result of new generations coming into more wealth?
Yeah, what's interesting, and this is a lot of the hangover from the pandemic, people are prioritizing experiences over everything else. We're seeing lower retail sales, lower electronic purchases. It's all about those memories that they can do with other people. And when you look at our younger generation, they are more and more doing things in groups and really going to those out of the norm vacation.
Yeah.
Something unique they can share on social media.
Right, where they got a giraffe walking up to the window as they're eating breakfast, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And are climbing a mountain without ropes, like all sorts of crazy things.
Oh, no.
And that takes a lot of money.
Yes.
And so the more that you see that wealth transfer, the more it enables it. There's also some great ways, even before that wealth transfer, that things can be more affordable for the younger generation. I mentioned like 28% of people take their trips with friends. By doing things in groups, you can share the cost.
Sure.
Instead of having individual hotel rooms, rent a house together. It makes it a lot more affordable.
Just lastly, Mary, while we have you here, there's ways to tap into credit card benefits too. You build up the rewards for a reason. So how many people are actually putting those points to work correctly as they're planning their vacations out?
It's really tremendous. We see in our own data that the vast majority of rewards redemption is going towards travel. About 70% of people say that they will use credit cards while they're traveling, and about a third are prioritizing their travel rewards card. I'm going to Greece for 2 weeks with my family, and I am using those reward points to offset my travel purchases. That I earn those points on our customized cash rewards card, and it just makes you feel it's not free because you had to spend to get them, but it just makes you feel like you've really gotten a great discount, and then you have a much nicer vacation.
If you guys need a vacation photographer or something like that, I got 3 lenses. I can toss them in the bag.
Wonderful.
Oh, done deal. Got you covered. Mary Hines Droesch, who's the head of consumer products over at Bank of America. Great to see you here.
Great. Thanks for having me.